Today we are going to be reading data from a file. I will show you how to open a file and also how to close the file. Okay, let's run that code. Okay, so now you can see it has read the file. So there is the output, and you'll notice it has a black line between each line in the file. Okay, but in the file there is no blank lines. Okay, the reason for this is each line in a text file has a new line character at the end that you cannot see. Okay, so the easiest way to handle that is to set the end parameter in the print statement to nothing. Okay, and what that does is it suppresses the default new line within the print function. So then the print function doesn't make a new line, it relies on the new line from the file. Okay, so if we do that and we run it again, it will now display correctly. Okay, so there's another way you can suppress that file, that new line. You can actually clean it up by using the strip function, and that will remove any funny characters at the end of each line. So let's run that. Okay, so that achieves the same thing. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a better way to open files using the with statement. Okay, so now you will notice there is no close method here because the with statement automatically closes the file when it exits this code block. Okay, so let's run that and you get a similar output as above. Now let's talk about the read line and read lines methods. Okay, so here we are using the read method. Okay, what this does is it reads the entire file into a variable, and then you can print out the variable whenever you want, or you can process it in some other way, and you can use this variable many times over without having to reopen and reread the file. I'll show you how to use the read line. Okay, so the read line reads the first line of the file. Now I will show you the read lines. Okay, so now you'll see read lines returns a list with every single line as an item in the list. As you can see, it does show the new line character at the end, okay, which we can now obviously clean that up. Okay, so now it should display it in a nice way that we should be expecting it. And again, you can use the strip method if you want to do that instead, and you'll get the same output. Okay, you get the same output. Okay, now we're going to talk about how to process CSV files. CSV stands for comma separated value file, okay, which means that the values inside the file are fields and they are separated with a comma. They don't have to be separated with a comma. You can use other characters as well, colons, semicolons, a pipe, pretty much anything on the keyboard. Okay, so we need to import the CSV module. Okay, so let's run that code. Okay, so there's my data that's in the CSV file. So if you look at the file, there it is there. Everything is separated by with a comma. Okay. Right, so let me explain this a bit here. So it uses an encoding format, and there's a new line parameter there, which is set to blank. Okay, so now that we've read the CSV file data in, let's process it and display it nicely. So I'm going to create a formatted string here. Okay, so now you can see it has now processed that file, but you'll notice the first line is with all the headings. So now we don't want the first line. So how do we get rid of the first line? We use readline, which will then read the first line. To throw something away, you assign it to an underscore. You could use a variable if you wanted to, but I'm just going to assign it to an underscore. It will read the first line, but it won't do anything with it. Okay, so now if we run that again, see there's no heading first line there. Okay guys, that concludes the tutorial on reading data from a file. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to the channel to support the content, and have a great day. Cheers.